Imagine that on one hand, you are appreciated for your paintings and artwork and for medals and the laurels you bought for the school, but tagged as an average child in the report card because you can't solve a maths theorem or problem. The remark goes, you see, you can be an all-rounder. But if such a thing happens, it would just mean to be like jack of all trades, master of none. Many people believe that it's not necessary to be perfect in everything. Albert Einstein was one of them, and he once said, everyone is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Hello everyone, today I, Tanisha Doshi, am going to indicate the detectable flaws in educational system. Of course, many of you already know that we students have to be daily pressurized to attend the school. But have you ever thought that why is it so? Think about it yourselves. Who would go to a school where just studying is the motto, not learning? Where teachers teach students in a closed room? Where it's not even cared whether the students are involved in studying or not? The main reason for students' unwillingness to go to school is the fear of getting punished, the fear of getting caned, the fear of getting failed. The authorities handling the education think that giving more exams leads to success, but actually it's not so. The tension of exams leads to sadness and depression. And after not getting good marks, children get disappointed and they don't try to do anything new. The increasing incidences of crimes and suicides committed by youngsters and the youth speaks of the drawbacks in educational system. By the way, rather than giving a certain framework, we could give students the liberty to explore the interest and could take the final work to be the judgment criteria for a student, and it would be just great. In countries like India, there are different boards of school education. Their styles and methods of teaching are completely different from one another, although all of them need to appear for the same entrance exam in the end, which is not justified. Board exams shouldn't be a racing track. Let them be exams to judge their talent and not to compete with each other. Every child wants to get good marks. But to get good marks, we shouldn't mug up the content. There is a very thin line between thinking and learning. That line indicates understanding. And that is what students should do. That is what leads to success. But actually, it's not being followed. Professor Chris Morash, Trinity College Dublin's Vice Chancellor, is sure of one thing. The leaving cert is dampening students' innate curiosity and leading to a culture of dependency among students on class notes and exam expectations. Nowadays, proper teachers trained as per the modern needs are not available. Some teachers use the same ancient conventional methods of teaching, which is inappropriate as per the needs. Talking of skilled teachers, their perspective of teaching is completely different from those of inexperienced ones. Even the teachers are the ones who build the foundation of the nation. They are squeezed and employed by the private and public schools with the lowest of salaries, which also affects the teaching. The must-have career attributes for graduates according to the World Economic Forum are creativity, problem solving and critical thinking. But creativity isn't given much preference. Best example is Three Idiots, which shows the harsh realities of educational system. Don't we remember the epic moment when Rancho was thrown out of the class for defining machine in a creative manner? A recent study carried out at Trinity College Dublin confirms that skills such as critical thinking and problem solving were starkly absent from most of the exams. And by the way, what do you expect from a student who is busy all day long just completing his homework, memorizing, preparing for exams? How can such a child progress and achieve their true goals in life? How can a child who is born to blossom shine out to be awesome after drinking stress and fear's potion? Talking about myself, I, being a student, can actually feel what other children suffer. I experience that people judge me upon my marks, which is completely invalid. A person's potential can never be judged through their marks. I want all of you to think in the same way, and I want you to think whether the schooling done in the present is appropriate for your children and grandchildren's bright future or not. Think, discuss and express about it to others. Thank you.